Trying to put my little lavalier microphone on here so you guys can hear me a little bit better. Welcome to the beach report. I'm at the beach. Well, I'm at the intercoastal, really not the beach, but I mean the beach is right there, so kind of. So hello, where's everybody? I'll get my lavalier microphone on. I'm sitting here watching the RNC as President Trump prepares to tell us who his vice president pick is going to be. Super stoked about that. You can hear the different delegates are now giving him their votes. And hi, Marita. Hi, Gina. Gina thinks it's J.D. Vance, so I don't know. We're going to find out. It's very interesting. Heck, it could be Candace Owens. Who knows? Could be anybody at this point. It's going to be really interesting, and I'm totally going to reserve judgment. I just want to find out, and I'm not going to even speculate. So they're on Illinois right now, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the news lately before we, going on in the world. Hi, Renee. Hi, Deborah. Everyone thinks it's J.D. Vance. It could be. They already said J.D. Vance. All right. Well, then I'm late to that news. But okay. So it's J.D. Vance. What? That's awesome. Hi, Clayleen. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Hi, Deborah. So I'll wait for people to come on. I'm so happy to see everyone. There's my girl Donna. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but it's awesome how a lot of the delegates, they come on and they say they're voting for Trump, and then they start yelling, fight, 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 fight. It's really fantastic. Oh, Marie says it's speculation. Okay, thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to wait. I want to know along with everybody else. Kind of want it to be a surprise. So if it is J.D. Vance, it's still going to be a surprise to me because I do not have any preconceived notions right now. It looks like something's going on here. Let's tune in and see what's happening. Oh no, they're still doing delegates. 43 delegates to Donald J. Everyone's so excited. They all want to support the president after what happened on Saturday. Okay, they're on Arizona now. So we'll wait a little bit for that. But how are you guys feeling? Because I'm so emotional. And I think I have burst into tears maybe 24 times in the last 24 hours. 48 hours. I don't know. How long has it been? It's crazy because I'm just getting over a cold. I feel a lot better. It's 90% recovered. But this weekend has been a roller coaster of emotions. And I have been crazy over the news, as I'm sure everybody else has. Just scouring to find, thank you, Gina, just scouring for information and find out what happened. How in the world did they let President Trump get shot? Don't be scared for Trump, Deborah. Don't be scared. There's no fear here. This is a no fear zone. What happened by the grace of God. You know, I always say when something really bad happens, it means that something really good is also going to happen. And that's just been kind of a theme in my life. And whenever you think, oh no, this is horrible, a lot of times it turns out that, it worked out. It's all good. I know, Clayleen, I can't wait to see him either. President Trump, who didn't skip a beat and ended up at the RNC right on time, even though he initially thought he might take a little moment to pause. But no, there's no pausing for our president because he is dedicated and he loves this country just as much as we do. and that's a really good thing. So Butler is used to be my neighborhood. I didn't live in Butler County. I lived in Allegheny County, Pittsburgh, but I was a Pittsburgh Post-Gazette reporter for approximately 18 years. And during that time, Butler was one of my beats. I didn't cover the Butler School District that often. I covered a school district in Butler County called Seneca Valley. I covered them extensively. But I did a lot of stories in Butler, and Butler was indeed one of my beats, and I know Butler very, very well. Donna says it looks like an MTV video. So I know Butler really well. And the Butler Farm Show is that's a place I've been many, many times. And when I heard that the shooter was on the top of Brankles, I knew exactly where that was, and I also knew exactly what that meant when I looked at the map. I could see the sign of light, the sight of line from that rooftop to the Trump rally. And I was shocked, right along with the rest of the world, that this crazy 20-year-old was able to literally assassinate. I mean, he didn't kill Trump, but he did kill another gentleman who is going to be very missed. I didn't know him, but I do know that he was a very cherished part of the community as a first responder. And he died shielding his wife and daughter. You know, a lot of people didn't go to that rally because they had a feeling. One of them was my dear friend Jamie Crow, who you guys know from my Facebook page. Jamie said that she wanted to go. She had every plan to go. And then at the last minute, something just made her think, nah, I'm not going to go. I have a bad feeling. You know, we humans, we have intuitions. And I'm just wearing my sunglasses. We have intuitions, and when we ignore our intuitions, we get in trouble because intuition is very powerful, and it should prove to all of us that we're magical. You know, I don't know if the word's magical. We're not magical. We are we are intuitive, that's for sure. But we know things. We can sense things. We have ESP. 100% we have ESP. Whether you choose to use it or not, you do have it. You know you have ESP just from the people around you, how you finish somebody's sentences, or even when you think about someone and then suddenly they call. I have so many friends like that. Just their face will pop into my mind and the phone rings in the next 5 minutes. It happens all the time. You know it does. It happens to you too. I know it does. Not just me. Intuition is very powerful. And a lot of people didn't go to that rally because of their intuition. If you guys watched the Wendy Bell show, I was watching Wendy today, her and her husband decided to go to the rally, and they got there and they just saw some things that just didn't seem right. Like a very, a non-existent police presence. Hi, Linda. And they decided to turn around and leave. And if they hadn't left, it turns out that they might have been sitting in an area where they would have had their lives in danger. Because, you know, people were shot, not just President Trump. And one man actually lost his life, like I just said. Yeah, so Butler's a back ass, you know, nothing town. Butler has a huge drug problem. Butler is a farming community. Butler is also Trump country. And hearing that the shooter, who came from an area called Bethel Park, which, by the way, is about an hour away from Butler. Bethel Park is an upscale community. There are a lot of Democrats live in Bethel Park. A lot of, I mean, there's Democrats everywhere, but, you know, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the cities, the cities like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, very Democrat. and they always have been. And then in between, flyover country, if you will, including Harrisburg, is conservative, hardworking farmers. Super hot here today, by the way. But I always like to sit outside because I want you guys to be able to see the water because it is the beach resort. Anyway, it's a farming community where people love their neighbors. They're very down home. It's a very homey community. Pittsburgh and Butler, but more Butler because Butler's rural. Anyway, JD Vance again. We'll see. Let's see, who are they on now? Minnesota. Now they're doing Minnesota. Anyway, it was really shocking to see this all take place in my hometown, right down the street from where I went to high school. Well, not right down the street, but you know what I mean. I mean, the same street, actually. Good old Route 19. But anyway, so many questions. So many things happened that don't make any sense. I keep hearing that the Secret Service wasn't really responsible for securing the perimeter, and that was something they were having the local police do. And people saw this man. They saw him with his gun. They saw him bear crawl up the side of the building. Apparently, he even brought a ladder with him. And they screamed to the police and the Secret Service, and they said, "Look, he's right there. There he is, there he is." And they didn't do anything. In fact, I understand that not that they didn't do anything, but that one or two police officers, or I don't know if it was two, but I know at least one, climbed up the building behind this man and saw him with his gun and retreated. And then moments later, he began firing because obviously he knew that they knew that he was there. And they would soon know that he was there for real when he started firing his gun. The fact that he could fire off shots when it was known minutes ahead of time that he was there is unbelievable to me. How on earth could that happen? I can understand maybe not firing on someone that you're not quite sure if he's a shooter or whatever he is, but upon seeing him, they should have gotten President Trump off of that podium immediately. Like, that's the least that they could have done. You're not going to shoot the man. Okay, don't shoot the man. But at least hide the president. Because he's not going to shoot if he doesn't see him. At least I don't think. I don't know. He's, murderous to begin with. And apparently suicidal. Suicide by cop is a real thing. But it's just very odd to me that they didn't at least stop the rally and have President Trump put behind harm's way. His podium is metal. His podium is built to actually protect him, which is what he did the second that he felt that shot in his ear, and he went right down. But really, would it have been so hard to say, "Hey, stop it right now. You down, on the ground, everybody"? Why did they not do that? It doesn't make any sense. And I am so reminded of John F. Kennedy being shot. I mean, I wasn't there. I was not born yet, but I mean, every presidential assassination it's senseless. But the ones where you've got a patsy shooter, and then they kill the shooter, and then they don't have any, because dead men don't tell any tales, and then all of a sudden, we don't know what his motive was, really. And then they say he's a registered Republican. Come on. And whether that may or may not be true, it doesn't matter. He clearly hated President Trump. And it doesn't mean that Republicans are dangerous, wacko murderers. It means that sometimes people will actually register Republicans so that they can vote in the Republican in the primaries and defeat who they want to defeat, or try to, or whatever. There's a lot of reasons for doing whatever they do, but he did donate to Act Blue on the day that the bumbler in chief, that the bumbler stole. Can I say that word? The result of a stolen election. That's what we're living in right now. And I know it's true. I'm not ever going to play nicely with these people who want me to deny what I saw with my own eyes. I never saw an election where somebody lost votes. How does that happen? But I remember seeing that happen. I know you saw it too. We all saw it. We're supposed to lie about a lot of things these days, or we're supposed to deny the truth about a lot of things these days. In fact, some of the people on the opposite side of the aisle are actually claiming that it was a hoax and that President Trump wasn't even shot and that he just faked it. He faked it. And I suppose the gentleman who lost his life faked it too. What? It's just unbelievable that the lengths that these people will go to deceive and to destroy. And I find people on the opposite side of the aisle to be incredibly violent and murderous. And they say these things all the time. All of our races, Marita, are rigged. And they always have been. And we just have to square with that because we have been living in a banana republic much longer than we realized. So it looks like they're on Montana now. We have a lot of states in these United States, and it is really nice to see the people at the RNC with their smiley, happy faces because, today could have been much different. It could have gone much differently. And I don't know if you guys got to read the letter that Melania wrote about what happened, but she put it so well and so beautifully that her and Barron and all the rest of us, we were 1 millimeter away from disaster. I can't even imagine what must have been going through her mind and her sons. And sorry, super, super hot here. This is Florida in the summertime. It's amazing. President Trump was not saved by the Secret Service or the police or anybody but the Lord himself. And I know a lot of people saw right before his speech, there were 2 American flags that had tangled, and people kept saying that they looked like an angel. They looked like Jesus. I think it was a divine sign. And also something else that was divine was the fact that the shooting started at 6:11. And 6:11 Proverbs is exactly it's either about the somebody help me out here, armor of the Lord. I can't look at my phone right now because I'm watching the RNC, but biblical what happened, biblical. And that picture of President Trump like this, he is praying. He has changed. He is a different person than before that bullet grazed his ear. And you can hate on the young man who did this, but at the same time, you have to also realize that he ushered in a new era. He ushered in Corinthians 11. Thank you, Marita. You guys are great. This shooter, this destructive, violent person, actually did something that did change the course of our country. It almost changed it for the worst, but I think it showed all of us that we are under a divine protection. And President Trump was under divine protection in that moment. In that moment, the Lord turned his head just enough for him to not be hurt more than his ear got grazed. But he heard it. He heard the Lord in his ear. And there were actually prophets just a few days before that saying that this would happen exactly the way it did. So it's very, very interesting the way that things played out. And it does show us that we are protected by God and you should not be afraid of anything. I know that President Trump is not afraid of a bullet, and he proved to us by jumping up and yelling, "Fight, fight, fight." And he didn't mean fight in a hurt other people way. He meant fight as in don't let them do this to us any longer. Okay, something's going on. Wait, turn the camera around. I'm so excited. Hold on. Get my camera situated here. I hope you guys can see this. I know it's not the best. A little bit. Get you some sound. Come on. Whoops. Oh man. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Okay. All right. Come on, Mike.
387 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
I'm going to hold this over here for you.
Let's make it official.
Let's make it official.
The chair announces that President Donald J. Trump, having received a majority of the votes entitled to be cast at the convention,
of course he did,
been selected as the Republican Party nominee.
Of course he was.
Of the United States.
President of the United States once again. We need him back. Sorry, I know the camera view isn't good. There's such a glare here. Okay. Now we're getting there.
The chair is pleased to appoint the following to serve as the escort committee for President Donald J. Trump.
No, I don't think anything's happening yet.
Trump Jr., Tiffany Trump, Ivanka Trump, and Barron Trump. Thank you very much.
Oh, Tiffany, Ivanka, and Barron. Wow. Oh, I'm on a big delay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, well.
It is now my honor to introduce the Attorney General. And there goes the teleprompter.
Took out his prompter. Oh, 4:30. We have until 4:30. Okay, well, thank you, Marita. Okay, that's good to know. All right, well, then I'll tone it down for a second here. We'll just go back to our regularly scheduled program. Ugh, so hot. Anyway. All right, so Marita says he's not expected to announce until 4:30 for vice president. So we've got 25 minutes, and everyone thinks it's J.D. Vance. I don't know. We're going to find out. You know, with President Trump, it's always a surprise. So it's like a big concert there in Milwaukee. I almost went. I was like this close, and then I was like, oh, I can't do it. And I was sick too. So, listen to the music. We're an American band. It's awesome. All right, well, my sound's going out, everything. It's not good. All right, well, since we know that nothing's going on yet with that, I'm going to read you guys some news stories that that I came across that I think we should delve into here. So one of the things about the President Trump's attempted assassination is the fact that the director of Secret Service is this woman. Her name is Kimberly Cheadle. What a name, you know? It's like so funny to me all the time that sometimes names are so indicative of what's going on, you know, like, well, let's just look at Kimberly Cheatle, Cheatle, and she was appointed by Biden, and she has a goal for the Secret Service of 30% women. She doesn't really care about whether or not they're good Secret Service people. She wants to make sure that they have certain equipment between their legs. Like that's doesn't seem to me like a reason why you would be hired for a position where you are protecting one of the most important people in our country. Um, I would want a strong man to do that. I'm a woman, and you know the thing about women, and I'm not against women, and I'm not a feminist either, but I'm just saying that, you know, if you want a bodyguard, would you pick a little 5'2" woman to be your bodyguard? Did you see the some of the women that were guarding President Trump at the rally? I mean, one of them was tiny, little woman, and he was hanging on to her, and you gotta like he towered over her, and I can't imagine putting his weight on her. I know there were other people around that helped, but my goodness, that didn't look safe. And then on top of it, we've got this other woman that I saw running around like a chicken with her head cut off, and she was, I'm sorry, but she was fat. She was fat, and she didn't look like she knew what was going on at all. I mean, she had a gun and she couldn't even get it into her holster. Uh, I saw her all actually ducking behind the president. It was not it was not a situation that you would think would really I'll bet the rest of the world was laughing at us when they saw that. It looked like Keystone Cops is what it looked like. And it kind of makes me understand why some people are saying that what happened wasn't real, because these Secret Service agents, they didn't look real. They looked like goofy. They looked like, you know, everyone's, oh, they risked their lives and they saved the president. They didn't save him. They didn't do anything until it was too late. Because if he had, again, not turned his head that way, they would have been taking his body out. Just saying. Yeah, it took way too long. And then they left him exposed. They were not good. They were not good. Yeah, but we know it's definitely real. We know it's real. Okay, so I'm going to read to you this CNN article, because YouTube loves CNN. YouTube loves those who tell tales out of school. At least this way they can't say that I'm like going off script, right? And you know, when it first happened, the news reports like had headlines that were ridiculous, like let's loud noises disrupt Trump rally, things like that. You know, I mean, and then nobody wants to use the A word, assassination, but that's exactly what happened. So, Secret Service faces serious questions about security footprint and rooftop access at Trump event. Okay, so that is coming from CNN, and that article um, was updated at noon. No, at midnight, just after midnight this morning. In the wake of the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, at least they're calling it what it is. There are widespread concerns and questions about how a sniper was able to obtain rooftop access roughly 150 meters from the former president's position at the podium at an outdoor rally. Sources have described the shooting as coming from the 3 o'clock position of Trump's podium location, with shots coming from his right side. Seconds after gunfire rang out, Secret Service counter-assault snipers began shooting the suspect, who was found on top of a roof. I want to say a little something about that too. One of my dearest friends, actually, her nephew was one of those snipers. He wasn't the sniper that took him out, however. I don't think he was. I didn't know his name, but one of the snipers who says he is the one who took him out is going on. He went on 4chan earlier today or yesterday and said that he was not given the okay to shoot at the Thomas Crooks for 3 minutes while he was there. He had him in his sights, and he was not given the okay to shoot him. What does that tell you? He wasn't told to stand down, but he wasn't given permission. I guess you have to. I don't know. I don't understand how that works, but now people are saying that's not true, but it was true. It was true because we watched it. So we know it was true because there were eyewitnesses who actually told everybody that the shooter was on the roof, that saw him. So they knew it. So sorry, I'm water's coming out of me everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but there was there was there was ample opportunity, like I said, to not only, if you're not going to shoot him, but to hide President Trump. They did have that opportunity, and they didn't take it. And you have to wonder why. So they're saying that that local law enforcement might have been to fault for that. News novelists, right? Starship Yacht. Yeah. My friend Dave, by the way. Those of you who watch my show and you've seen Dave Borman, that's I don't know if I should out you, Dave, but anyway, but he's amazing. Anyway, it's just, so many lies coming out of the mainstream news that makes you think, okay, good, that makes you think that it was a setup. And it was a setup every much as if it had been back in the times of JFK or John Wilkes Booth. Why do they always have 3 names, those shooters, those killers? I'm going to read you a little more from CNN. President Joe Biden said on Sunday that he has directed U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle to review all security measures. All security measures. Oh, is that him actually talking? It's in quotes. for the national religion. Here, I'll say it like Biden. I've directed an independent. Wait, look. Review of the. I can't even. I've directed an independent review of the national security at yesterday's rally to assess exactly what happened. Yeah, you're going to find that out for sure. And I'll share the results of that independent review with the American people. Oh, sure you will. Sure you will. Yeah. Like Candace Owens says, her husband came down the wrong stairway during a Trump event and almost got shot by the Secret Service. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you see, you know what? They have to be on a I want to say hair trigger, but you know what I mean. Like, you have to be suspicious, dude on the roof that doesn't belong there. Seriously? You're just gonna let that happen? But again, they didn't even have to kill him, they could have hit the president and he would not have been hurt. I don't know. I don't know. So many failures on their behalf, and yet President Trump and Melania, they came out and they thanked the Secret Service for protecting him. But I would never thank the Secret Service for protecting him. I think that they did it on purpose, not protect him. It's asking for his shoes, Donna. Yeah. That was such a human moment for President Trump to say that he wanted his shoes. It does remind us that he is a person just like we are, and that I mean, to have this happen, his shoes flew off or what? Just he's a real person, and they they treat him. I mean, calling him Hitler again and again. What did they think was going to happen? Telling all these young, impressionable people like Thomas Crooks that he was a threat to our democracy and so dangerous to our country, when really the opposite is true. Yes, he asked for his shoes, Don. He sure did. Law enforcement sources say that part of the aftermath will include a review of whether the Secret Service had enough assets to protect Trump days ahead of officially becoming the Republican presidential nominee, which is happening right now, and whether procedures were followed to conduct state security sweeps of the building that offered a vantage point for the alleged shooter. According to former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, he said this on CNN State of the Union: foundationally, one of the most basic elements of site security, especially a site that's outside and largely uncontrolled, but is to eliminate sight lines to the space where the protectee will be either speaking or just occupying. And this site, yeah, it was outside, but it wasn't that uncontrolled because there weren't that many buildings around there, seriously. Again, it's the Butler Farm Show. It's not like the middle of a city. It's not like a lot of people around. It's not even a lot of neighborhoods around. It's a lot of farmland. And Brankles is actually a farm. They're calling it a factory, but I mean, it's Brankles is a farm. So I didn't know that he got tackled like a football player, Don. I thought that he just kind of threw himself down. So, no threats to the mockery. Well, FBI is now leading the investigation. Do you have a problem with that like I do? Do you trust them? I don't trust them. I don't trust them even a little bit. I don't think that the FBI should ever be tasked with anything ever again. That's right, Marita. He dropped down and then Secret Service jumped on him. Exactly. According to CNN affiliate KDK, which kind of makes me want to throw up. What? KDK is the CNN affiliate. I was a stringer with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette for 18 years, and our affiliate was KDKA with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and KDKA is actually the oldest call letters broadcast station in the country. It's historic, and to think that it's an affiliate of CNN kind of tells me everything. Everything's changed. Hi, Kenneth. Yes, I'm on. We're all watching the RNC convention. Well, we're not watching it right now. We're waiting for President Trump to tell us who his vice presidential pick will be. But right now, I'm just kind of blah, blah, blah. Just talking to all of you because and for those of you who don't know, I am normally on Facebook. I have a Facebook show called The Beach Report, and I have a very dedicated group of followers who you can see in the comments right here that have followed me over here to YouTube. I am not able to go live on Facebook because I've been accused of adult sexual exploitation. That's not something I would ever do, but Facebook's robots have accused me of this, and for this reason, I'm being punished by not being allowed to do any of my live shows for 30 days at least. I imagine that's just going to go worse for me because I haven't stopped my sexual exploitation, if that's what they want to call it. I call it telling the truth. It has nothing to do with sex, of course. I never do anything about sex on my shows or anything. Like, my show is not about that. But yeah, it is. It's a gold star. It's definitely, I don't know. It's not nice. It's not nice to be falsely accused of something that you have not done. And I don't like it. I'm pretty mad about it. But Facebook doesn't give you any way to contact them. They did tell me that I could debate it. They wouldn't show me what this picture was that I purportedly posted to sexually exploit other adults or myself, I'm not sure. But they wouldn't let me see the picture. They did tell me I could dispute it, which I did, and I, not knowing what the picture was of, I just chose one of their answers, none of which were satisfactory or helpful. I think the answer I chose is something like, it's important because I feel that everything that I post is important, and they still denied me access. So I'm not going live on Facebook, and I don't think that I will go on live on Facebook very much anymore anyway, even when I am allowed to, because I'm getting I'm kind of over Facebook. I'm watching all of my other Facebook friends, many of you who are on here right now, being told that you can't post, you can't, you're in trouble. In fact, Donna reposted what I posted about the fact that Pfizer, yes, Pfizer actually is funding the app checkers for Facebook, and I posted something about that, which is true. They haven't taken it down yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But then Donna went to share it, and she was told that she's trying to get likes illegally or something. What does that even mean? Why would she even care about getting likes? It's not like she's getting paid to do anything on Facebook. I used to get paid to be on Facebook, but that's been well over a year since they demonetized me, and I'm not allowed to get money for anything that I do. Oh, Gina just said RFK Jr. is going to get Secret Service. Well, that's good, and he should, definitely. Kenneth says, I'm mad about it as well. In the 8 years I've been watching you, you have never demonstrated any sort of offensive acts. You're right. No, I have never done that, but I do speak the truth, and I do talk a lot about politics, and I also do talk a lot about my love of President Trump. And I'll tell you what, I'm more MAGA than I ever was before. And I've always been MAGA, and I've always liked Trump, even when he was on The Apprentice. I always liked him. I always liked him even when I lived in New York City, and I remember him getting divorced from Ivana and all that stuff going on. And I still liked him. I was like, whatever. He was such a character. And he is now, and will go down in history as the greatest president we've ever had. And he's going to be that again. So I don't know, they might shut me down just for saying these things, because it's the other side is so hateful. And here's another thing. They shot our president. Did we riot in the streets? Did we start flipping out? Did we hurt other people? No, we didn't. A lot of people did say that, this is war, and it is, and it feels like a civil war, but a war in which we are going to win through the ballot box. It's a war that has been going on for many years. It's a war I believe began way back on 9/11. I'm going to check out what's happening at the RNC again. Oh, it is JD Vance. It's official. It's official. All right. Get back to the RNC. No, they're still singing. They're saying it's JD Vance for sure. So that's fantastic. And I'm super excited. I'm super hot too. So I think I'm going to say ciao for now, since I don't know, is President Trump? No, I can't say ciao for now. Let's at least give it until 4:30. I'm just so flipping hot here. That's right, Dave. God wins. God wins, and we win. And when we win and God wins, the world wins. Because the United States, is as tiny as we are such an important country to the rest of the world. And if you don't believe me, just leave this country and see what people think about us in other countries. I mean, I lived in Switzerland for almost 10 years, and I know that, you get a bigger picture when you leave this country and you can see the world around you, but you also do see the importance of the United States of America. And we are the last bastion of freedom, even though it feels like our freedoms have been slipping away so badly over the past 4 years. for sure. And even a little bit before that, you know, when they brought in the Schmid. All right, so the DNC is still doing musical renditions of the world. Okay. So here's something else. I'm going to switch over to this is from the ADL, the, what's that stand for? American Defense League? They're saying that Trump assassination attempt sparks anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and violent revenge rhetoric. And this right here is a reason why these things are happening. This kind of reporting, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and violent revenge rhetoric, that's all kind of the, you know, saying that we are the violent people. They want us to suffer for what they do to us, right? Oh my gosh. It's just ridiculous, you know, how they keep telling us that we're this like radical mob, us Republicans, us patriots, so radical, so mob like. But no, we don't want to fight wars. And that's another reason why they don't want President Trump to be in office, because President Trump doesn't want to fight wars either. And he always says, like, on day one, he's going to put an end to the war in Ukraine. Day one, he can end it all. He can give us peace. Why would you not vote for the one man who is promising peace when the other side is calling half of the country violent extremists, violent revenge rhetoric? Oh, they're so scared of this. What is it? This Agenda 2025? Is that what it's called? I forget what it's called. But anyway, they want to take away the school district. I love that. Take away all the school districts. You know what? Just get rid of these. And get rid of all the three-letter agencies. There's so much that can be done. Exactly. Lies, lies, lies. But, you know, Anti-Defamation League. That's it. ADL. What am I thinking? ADL. I can't think when it's so hot. Anyway, yeah, the Anti-Defamation League. You know, it's saying that we're looking for revenge, saying that Trump is looking for revenge. He always says the best revenge is living well. You know, the best revenge is turning this around. The best revenge is stopping them from trafficking on the border, stopping them from destroying our country with their horrible rhetoric. Oh, here's a story I wanted to read. I can't even read that Anti-Defamation League article. It's just making me angry, and I don't want to read it too because I don't want to add to that. But I gotta say, this story is funny, and then we'll head over to the RNC. Did you know that Morning Joe was pulled from the air today because they can't be trusted? Oh my gosh, pretty funny. So MSNBC, this is from CNN Business, will not air Morning Joe, its celebrated politics roundtable program on Monday, opting to instead air continued breaking news coverage of the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. The Progressive News Network confirmed the decision to preempt its influential and top-rated morning show after a CNN inquiry Sunday evening. The network said the show will resume airing on Tuesday. Well, I don't know what'll stop them from talking, but the decision by MSNBC to leave their program on the sidelines, they use too many words here, is certain to raise eyebrows. Okay, a person familiar with the matter, I love when they say that because it shows they don't have any real sources, told CNN that the decision was made to avoid a scenario in which one of the show's stable of 24 plus guests might make an inappropriate comment on live television that could hurt them. that could hurt the network as a whole. Like, it could be used to assail the program and network as a whole. Given the breaking news nature of the story, it made more sense to continue airing rolling breaking news coverage in the fraught political moment. In other words, we can't trust Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough to be normal people. They'll probably say it was a hoax, or they'll probably say he deserved it, or they'll probably, lament the fact that the shooter didn't have better aim. I don't know. I don't know, but it is funny that they pulled the Morning Joe off the news, and I'm laughing at that one. Okay, now let's see what's going on at the RNC. Oh, still music. Anyway, good music. Some good rock and roll. But yeah, they have used so much horrible rhetoric against President Trump, calling him Hitler and saying that he's a threat to our democracy when we're in a constitutional republic. Look, I never understood that. How has he threatened something that we don't even? And yeah. Anyway, wait, I can't understand you, Dave. Guess what? What? So yeah, Kenneth, you like that news? It was pretty good. All right, let me go back to my other news stories that I trotting out for you. Oh, here's another funny one. Did you know that the shooter was took part in a commercial for, get ready for this one, BlackRock? Yeah, this comes from CBS News. Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old gunman who opened fire at a Saturday rally for former president. Why do they always call him former President Donald Trump? That's the funny thing, too. They don't say former President Jimmy Carter, who, by the way, how is he still alive? I don't know. But anyway, they don't say that. They don't say former President Barack Obama. They just say President Barack Obama. But with Trump, they keep calling him former, and that is a problem. I do need shade, clearly, and I do. But I'm in this area right now, so yeah, I know you bad at spelling, Dave. But anyway, Crooks was in this ad that was produced in 2022, and apparently it's still running, and they've pulled it from everywhere. It was filmed at Bethel Park High School, which is where he graduated, and he was a student at the time. And it was part of a series aimed at teachers managing their retirement assets. The classroom was led by a real teacher and featured real students. And Crooks was one of those students. So they're not like drawing any conclusions here, and they keep telling us not to draw any conclusions, but sometimes you have to wonder about, things like BlackRock investments and their role in our country's demise, and their role in the fact that housing prices have skyrocketed. Dave and I talk about this a lot, where people are not able to afford to live in a house. Do you know how many people right now are literally living out in their cars in Walmart parking lots and the parking, the driveways of friends and things like that? I mean, there are people who literally cannot, they don't have a roof over their heads. I am lucky. The Lord always provides a roof over my head, but I do live out of my car. That's not living in my car. Two different things, but I do live out of my car. I know, I am so melting. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. If President Trump can take a bullet, I can take the heat, just saying. My phone's not in the heat, so you guys are fine. And by the way, how is the quality? Because that's something else that I'm learning. Oh, I do have look, I just put the fan on myself. I'm also learning that my videos on YouTube maybe look better than they do on Facebook. So let me know about that. If so, that's a really great thing. Okay, let's see what's happening here at the RNC. Unfortunately, wait, no, still music. Yeah, not happening yet. I just want to see President Trump so badly, so badly. And but Dave is totally right. There's an awesome change that is coming for all of us very soon. And and I keep talking about the slow drip of information, not information, but truthful information. And now it's become a fire hose. And since President Trump's uh, assassination attempt, we no longer see Biden as fighting for his presidency. I think they've all given up, and I think they all know that we're going to beat them now, and they really can't do anything about it. Kind of love it. Yeah, I know. We're watching many different screens, Gina. We're ready. We're ready for whatever happens. But I want to be with you guys when I see President Trump. I'm probably going to cry. I'm just so proud of him. And I'm also proud of myself, and I'm proud of you for being on the right side of history. Because those who right now are still backing the current pretender in the White House, I don't know how you live with yourselves. I don't know how you keep going like that. I don't know how you think you're in the right. I don't know how you look at that corpse and say that he's a president. And here's something else. Speaking of which, so did you know that and the Secret Service is denying this fact, but Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were in Pittsburgh on Saturday, and they took some of those Secret Service detail people that should have been helping to secure the location for President Trump, or been at the Trump rally. They took some of those assets. Just saying, it's a fact, and it really happened. So and all the people who are saying too that it's been debunked that one sniper was not given permission to shoot, despite having the shooter in his sights for about 3 minutes. They're saying that isn't true, but how is it not true? Tell me how it's not true. I don't know. Is that not his name? Is that not a real person? The man saying this, why is it not true? I want to know that for sure. I've understood that it is true and that he was fired for saying this, but it's true. And it's a lot easier to ask for forgiveness sometimes than to ask for permission. And I wish that he would have not asked for permission before shooting at the shooter, but he didn't ask for permission before telling the world that he did not get permission to shoot the shooter. So, just saying, you can believe it or not. I think that it's true because that is what happened. You could see he had him in his sights. He didn't shoot him. If he had shot him, then maybe it wouldn't be true, but it was true. He didn't shoot him. And he was able to shoot President Trump. Just saying. Yeah, he waited. And when you wait, when you're in a war, imagine enemy coming at you and you hesitate. What does that tell you? Somebody said something about the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You know what it really is about? DIE. When you hire people simply because of the color of their skin or their sex, their gender, whatever, if that's your reason for hiring them, and it has nothing to do with the content of their character or their skills or their morals or any of it, then you are playing with fire. I mean, do you want your doctor, do you want your surgeon to be a DEI hire? The guy taking out your gallbladder, do you want him to be diverse? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want her to be, or do you want it to be? I'm just saying. When you hire simply on the basis of what someone looks like, it's like, it's superficial. It's wrong. It's wrong, and nothing good ever comes of it. Do you want your pilot to be there simply because she's married to a woman and identifies as a man? Is that your pilot flying the plane? And that's why they were hired? When the guy who got, 100% on all of his tests and worked really hard, but oh, he's a white man. Nah, nobody likes him anymore. You know, it's like today is like the worst thing you can be as a white man. Isn't that terrible? So I tell you what, I love the white man. Um, I gave birth to a white man. My dad was a white man. Just saying. Just saying. White men are great. Yeah, they're very prejudiced, Donna, and it's really really despicable. So I don't know how much more I can take here. I'm in the sunshine, and it's just getting hotter. And President Trump's not coming out yet. And you guys, so we're on YouTube, so you know how to find him on YouTube. I so would love to see him with you guys, but I don't think I can take it much more. So I'm going to, wait, what's happening? Well, and let me show you what's going on. Hold on. Let's see. And I've got this glare. Yeah, this isn't working out for me at all. Too many, no, it's too many technical difficulties. All right, well, anyway, I hope that you'll tune into the DNC right now. I know you'll be doing that, so I'll feel like I'm watching with you, even if I'm not. We'll all be together on this one. So anyway, um, yeah, always good to know what's left. Absolutely, we all should love us some white man. You guys have a great day. I'm gonna go cool off. I think I'm gonna jump in the pool. I'm not jumping in the intercoastal. I have a pool to go to. So, all right, you guys. I'm gonna wait to see President Trump first. Anyway, thanks for joining me here on my YouTube beach report, and we're gonna get used to it. I love you too, Gina. I love all of you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for following me from fascist book. We got to break away from Facebook. You know that, right? This is just getting ridiculous. Zucky hates our guts, and he rigged the election. He rigged the Schmid. He rigged it all. I mean, I'm not saying YouTube doesn't do it too. Don't forget, I had to take all that training to be sure not to tell you guys to take the horse paste. I mean, don't take the horse paste. It's so bad. It's so bad. But again, I don't know anything. I'm not a doctor. All right, you guys. Ciao for now.